That's recording. Testing, testing. 1, 2,
clear below
3. Yeah. That's like exactly what that should look like, ideally. Seats and seatbelts locked and fastened. Cabin doors and windows are fine. PFD, MFD looks good. I don't see any red X's anywhere, so that's great. Make sure set for best power. I'll do that over there before takeoff. K17. I'm gonna call them and let them know that we want to get out of here. Van Nuys ground, November 1882 Sierra at Prop Park, ready to taxi to the hotel. Hoping for a left crosswind departure.
Number 182 Sierra, Venice ground control, 16 right, taxi Alpha Charlie.
16 right, via Alpha Charlie.
I'm sure you'll get that crosswind.
Thank you. What'd you say? Ready?
I'm ready, dude.
Okay, everybody rolling, everybody's good?
We're rolling.
Okay, here we go. Woo.
Oh my god, we're going.
We're going.
Wow, dude, we just went straight on up. That was crazy. It was felt too easy.
That's how it goes, man.
Oh my god. Absolutely beautiful.
Wait till you see the shit. Wait till you see the birdie.
You're like, you're not even ready.
This is like actually nothing. It is nice though. Burbank Tower, November 1882 Sierra, 1,900 on the edge of your airspace on a 16 right departure off of Hollywood Sound Transition. So the first thing we're going to see, so I'm actually giving you a tour of LA as well. The first thing we're going to see is up there, it's Universal Studios. It'll be hard to see right now, but I'll let you know when we get close to it. Right now, we're just in the valley.
Oh, I'm like actually kind of in awe.
That's crazy. Having a good time.
But I can't believe how still it is.
Yeah, I think people are surprised by how calm it feels.
I think it's also just amazing because I like
17 random ramp to gate Alpha 8.
have no idea how a plane works.
That you don't?
Yeah, like what keeps it in the air is like, it's basically magic to me.
Okay, so you see this blue roof over here?
Actually,
That's Universal Studios. Harry Potter World's right up there on the left.
wild.
Get over there and I'm going to take us in a steep turn all the way around it, so you'll be able to catch the view.
Cool.
That's the Hollywood sign right there.
3,000, they're about 500 below us.
I don't know. You can like look at a map, but like you have like a physically different understanding.
Yeah, it's way better than a map. You said you were at Griffith Observatory earlier today?
Yeah, I was. Is it down there? Oh, amazing.
Right in front of us.
Wait, so how fast are we going?
At 93 miles an hour.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh my god.
And the engines are not that strong on this one. But my favorite moments of flight, honestly, are like my airport that I fly out of is like right over there. And some days there's like overcast. There's like a layer over LA. So what happens is like right around here, there'll be clouds everywhere. And so the plane will be climbing like this. And you're turning kind of like this. So it feels kind of exhilarating in a sense. And then like the perfect like moment in a song like that kind of complements that is like a Daniel Caesar outro to like Please Do Not Lean or some shit like that. It just like sounds like the outside looks, and that's like my favorite shit.
Like the energy, just the perspective that you have up here kind of feels like that might translate to yourself too, like in a way. Like,
yeah, it does.
You just have room to think as well.
Yeah. My thing recently has been like I feel like there's like a big disconnect in people in music don't know that I fly, and when I tell people at like work that I do music as well, they're just like, oh, the guy at my job is like, he's a rapper or whatever. And so I don't really like telling pilots and stuff.
And your rap friends are like, he's a pilot.
They think it's cool. It doesn't go the other way though.
What direction do you feel like your newer music has gone towards?
I think that it's way more honest. That's kind of why I was doing the name change too. I started making music that didn't feel like an exercise anymore. And for years, I didn't realize that the music I was making was like practice until I started making music that did not feel like practice. It felt like here it is. And so I would say it feels like me in a way that I didn't know I hadn't accomplished yet. I thought that I was already there.
You have to write those songs. You have to do it.
I think the biggest change for me was like the music started aging better.
Yeah.
Like the first shit, like I would hate it all after 6 months, and I know that's like a pretty common thing. Like we don't anymore. But I'm at the point now where if I'm like making a finished song for the last like 2 or 3 years, I pretty much like it the whole time. Like I still love Sweets, even though I made that shit like two and a half, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't touched the music since, and it's gonna be the first thing that I put out as this new era, you know. So,
are you almost glad that there's a separation in it, like the fact that you had like Lack Honey to like grow like your project helps?
Yeah,
2
it, like,
November,
puts the
Santa Monica
music
Tower, right traffic, runway 2 on land.
into like a context of like a box of being like, this is not what I'm on anymore, but this was like important to get here.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so cool to drop like a sequel as the first thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is obviously coming from somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's cool that like with
Juliet
that much
Bravo
growth
traffic,
now you can sort of
12
represent it with your like
2 miles
self.
west.
Do you feel like you're doing that for your own music?
333 Yankee.
Yeah, honestly, just recently did that sort of click in. Once I was like, I have control of this. I know what I do. I know how I make decisions. Like, that's when it shifted from just like fucking around.
That shit is the best.
November, no
That shit
lower
is the
than
best, man.
2,000.
How did you choose the name Lack Honey?
I was just a play on my last name. My last name's Lakani. So I had this thing where I was so scared that some like white guy that at my like school was gonna be like, how do you say your name? And I would be like, it's like you're lacking honey. It's like Lakani or whatever.
Traffic, 12 o'clock,
I just-
high, 1 mile.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's the guy that he's keeping us away from. I'm gonna let's see. We might be able to see him. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of the Lack Honey.
What was sort of that transition moment? There was a specific like moment that sparked a shift.
Yes, bro. Yes. Yes. I made Readjusting. Yeah, I was sobbing. Yeah. So for Readjusting, I did not write that song. I like cried that song. I was in the shower in my like Airbnb. I had the realization that I was like failing. And I think one of the things that really made it feel like, okay, this is something different is in the Lack Honey era, it had this weird thing where I just really wanted to be accepted. And so I didn't want to talk about being brown because I didn't want to be like the brown rapper artist guy. I didn't want to like fall into that stereotype.
Accepted as an artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an artist. Yeah, accepted as an artist.
Cool.
And then by extension, you know, it's all just people at the end of the day.
True.
But I had this realization. I was like, damn, this like very specific South Asian immigrant pressure that I'm dealing with is like breaking me, and I just think that I'm like fully a failure right now because of it.
Yeah.
And so I just like had a moment in the shower where I like finally I'd like been putting off the realization that I like, wasn't gonna do what I wanted to do that year, and eventually I like had a moment where it just like confronted me like slowly, and then it just hit like a threshold, and I just started crying in the shower. And then I started singing and crying at the same time. I had this like 20-minute long voicemail where I'm just like, I'm gonna be fit. I like after I got out of the shower, I recorded the whole song just to a click.
Cool.
Just a cappella.
Cool.
With all the stacks, whatever. I never changed the vocals, anything at all. No production.
That is an insane
Literally
process.
only a metronome and no production, and the whole song was there. When I went, and so then me and Beep went in and just did the production in like a day or two. And it was funny because like there was no instrumentals to it. It was like some of the vocals were like off bar wise, so I had to like change some things like that. But other than that, it was like all brand new, like song just like locked in on the first try.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I think like the production approach, like we were reamping all these sounds, like running them to get like a different flavor on it. Like never had done that before. I like made these drums and then like resampled them like six times to get them to feel that way. Like we had a synth that was one note that we were running through a guitar pedal that was the synth solo in the outro. Like all this like crazy shit that I'd never done before. I was like making a beat off a splice loop, recording a song in like an hour, and then like mixing it. And then that was it. That was the song.
Done. Yeah.
And that was like 120 songs. And so I think like I'd always known that myself as an artist was going to be somebody that like slowed down and took time. I thought that the way to get there was to just go and do quantity over quality for a long time.
Sure.
And then eventually it got to a point where I was like, man, fuck all this shit. This is not even working. Why am I not like making the music that I want to make? And like looking back on all the shit that I'm dropping, I'm not proud of it. And I think like it's cool to show growth, but I was hitting a point where it wasn't like it just wasn't doing that thing for me anymore.
Turning for Paramount 1.6.
So what was going on in your life like during that time?
My dad had just had a heart attack. My mom was like the only one who supported me. We're right over Malibu Beach, by the way, here. I'm gonna do a little 360 so you guys can see.
Amazing.
My mom was like the only one supporting me. She was like sending me money, and I was like driving Uber Eats, like, paying my bills and shit, and like desperately actually not wanting to become a pilot. So the relationship to being a pilot at that point was like, if I become a pilot, then I'm succumbing to family pressure, and I'm a failure. And so that's obviously something that I've gotten over.
Yeah.
But I was in LA. I had like $6,000 at that point after like a year of living in Nashville trying to pursue music. I was living with Noah and his girlfriend Kate from, Noah's like been in my band, is like a brother to me that we'd been making music for like over 4. We lived down the street and we were like working all the time every day. And at the end of it, I was like, man, I'm like starting to get reached out to like by Amit and other people in LA. Like I feel like there's something out here for me. I want to give it a shot at least. So I had like $6,000. I spent like $4,000 to like come out to LA and like on the Airbnb and all that.
Stable 1.5.
And eventually like I just found myself out here and I was making new friends and kind of doing new things. And that's when we made Readjusting, was out here. And so it was like, so that's Malibu Beach right there.
Gorgeous.
Do you feel like you were able to your identity once you started working with more brown artists?
I have like, this is my first time ever having brown friends ever. It's a lot of our first times having brown friends. Like Shab was saying, it's his first having like a brown friend group as well.
Interesting.
And I guess just like having those conversations in real life made it so it was like easier to talk about them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're all telling the same. Like it's crazy. If you listen to like Bad Son, if you listen to Shab's music, if you listen to Ajay's music, like Code Shit, we're all saying the exact same thing. It's all the same exact thing.
Cool.
But we have like such different vocabularies for our experiences and like in different lived experiences. But if you like listen to Bad Son and then you listen to like Sweets, same thing. It's actually the same thing. And we talk about it all the time. We're just the same, like we're all telling the same story. And I realized I like hit a point where I was like, okay, I gotta like, get over my. I'm not like a brown artist. I'm like a brown guy who makes music. And like.
What is the actual differentiation between those for you though?
I would say like being a brown artist is somebody who like almost like tries too hard to be like, I'm the brownest of them all. Okay, I'm putting on for the motherland. But like I'm just like the children of a bunch of immigrants. What else am I going to talk about in my life?
Sure.
And like there's a full range of the spectrum of that. It's like when I make love songs, they're like, I'm not like my interracial relationship. it's like this is like, you know, it's just like,
it's
you know,
me.
It's just who I love and shit like that. And so I think that's the difference. Where you're not, it's like you.
That's a beautiful spot to land in.
Some brown people tokenize themselves, and it's kind of it's fucking gross, bro. I hate that shit. You can tell.
I think it's a hard balance to find, especially as an artist.
Bravo City on 1,300 for crypto.
A lot of times your identity, like people automatically see you as brown, and so they expect you to create art that's so reflective of your. And I think that's like the narrative that we've all really been talking about for a while of like, I want to be known for my art first, or slapping the label of brown on there.
Exactly.
And I think that a lot of people have to feel the need to get into their brownness for the sake of the views and like just like sort of getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think that it's been a really interesting time period in general for the art that's coming out of it. But yeah. I think that it just goes back to the idea of like the experiences are not monolithic, so of course the art is going to reflect that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that Bad Son, like that was definitely an album that made me think about the brown guy male experience. A lot of the narrative that I feel like I'm like engaged in around the brown woman experience. The two experiences are very different, and so it's been really nice to sort of get a feel for what that experience is like through music, like yours, Bad Son, etc.
I have all brown guy friends, and we talk about our experiences, so I just could assume that that's it. But it's, I mean, it's like half of it, right? or less maybe. That's Point Doom right there. So this is the beach. I love taking Sunny right here so far. I mean, it's very touristy, but it's cool.
What has Miss Sunny's role been in sort of encouraging you with your music process and all of that?
And this shit like would not happen without her. She like keeps me afloat, dude. I'm gonna give her like credits on everything forever. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, she deserves that shit. She's who I play everything to, and she's like the only opinion that I really take seriously, that I will just not do something if she doesn't. If she doesn't like it, I don't know. She's just like my best friend, and she's great taste. Yeah, incredible taste.
Did the dynamic between y'all sort of change as you said that your sense of self was changing?
Oh, because I've always been myself with her.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't something between us that needed to change. It wasn't even like necessarily like my relationship with being brown changed. It was kind of just my relationship with being brown and music changed.
Cool.
Yeah.
In like career sense, like how you view yourself in terms of like working and continuing and growing.
You know, it wasn't even a conscious change. It was just like a part of my brain unlocked. I was like, I should probably just talk about my experiences more, because I was making so much music that was about like one emotion or one feeling, and not really capturing like what was going around in my life to give that feeling as much.
But that's not like you're saying that like it's easy. Like that's a big point to get to, where you're like, oh, I can step outside of this and begin to like
Sure, yeah.
I mean, more of myself, like the real me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it wasn't until like song fucking 200 that I hit that point. So
that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like growing up in Florida influenced just sort of experience with music?
I don't know. I was kind of always in my house. I wasn't really like one of the Floridian kids that like had a super Florida thing going on. It was just, I don't know. It was just never really my thing. I never really felt like I related too much to my environment. I was kind of just always in the house and like living like online and with family and stuff like that. I think that's kind of how I still am. I feel kind of disconnected from like stuff that's going on, even still, honestly. And it's not really on purpose. It's just kind of like how it has worked out for me. But honestly, I feel like the music that I make, it's not like, now at least, is not really referential to anything that's going on outside. It's kind of just like the that I'm excited to make.
It's more internal than it is external?
Sure, for sure. Which I mean, I guess it's kind of like corny to say, because every artist is like, my music is personal and dope and shit. But like, I don't know. It's just
it doesn't feel like you're saying that.
Okay, well, great.
Okay, how would you sum up your last year and a half?
Man, it's been a roller coaster. When I first came to LA, I was coming off the back of Suites 2 with no music. Nobody here even knew I made music. I like had a clean cut haircut.
You know when something's like done or it's like whole.
I don't really have trouble with that as much. It just kind of like reaches a point in my head where I don't feel like I need to change anything. I know that's like a question that a lot of people have trouble with or whatever. And I think, like, I mean, sometimes you never know. And there's certain songs where I'm like, I have to fight with it a lot to get it to feel like I'm understand that where we're at, where we need to be.
But you have a gauge that clicks. You're saying.
Yeah, that's like finishing music. I think doesn't stress me out as much as it stresses other people.
No, I feel like the last 10% I always hear is like the hardest part of all of music.
That's the thing people say.
I guess if you're again approaching that from a producer mindset and an artist mindset, it's like, oh, I have to finish the damn song, so it's done.
Cherokee 21 Whiskey, traffic 2 o'clock on a mile turning base, Cherokee 2300 indicated, follow them. Number 2 or no 16 right, clear to land.
Number 2 for 16 right, and we've got the traffic in sight, 21 Whiskey.
Cessna 2 Sierra, exit the runway, contact ground point 7.
Hey, Sierra, going off runway, ground point 7. Thanks for going off on Quebec, looks like.
Are there snacks in there? Yeah. Interesting. What do they got?
Like chips.
Interesting.
We also have guava juice and mango juice. I was like, mango juice would be a perfect segue.
You was flying? Yeah, we just got out of the one plane, and I don't know how. I think it's just we just enjoyed each other's company so much. But sorry, there's a helicopter coming over here. Can you see that? I was gonna say it's like I had this great idea to do a whole interview shot at an airport, and then realized there was gonna be plane noises around all the time.
Man, I gotta see what this shit look like. I'm not sure what you're trying to pull off, but I'm very interested to see.
Wait, FaceTime me.
I can't. This computer, like I don't have it set up for FaceTime right now.
Wait. You can see me, right?
Yeah. I'm just in the dark right now.
Okay, no worries. You can see me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, this is Joey.
What's up, bro?
He's the director and editor and just goat behind the music video.
That camera's crazy, bro.
I know, isn't he going crazy right now with this shit? And this is Anisha over here.
Hey.
She's incredible as well. So this is the plane hangar. This is the plane I've been flying recently.
The first real one?
Yeah, this first real one over here.
Okay, so how does that work? Like you just rent a plane or?
Yeah, exactly. So my homie is my homie's a flight instructor. He's the one that just let us in. He just we just go up and fly. Well, the goal is to just build up as much time as possible. So we'll pretty much just go and spend 10 hours a day in the plane just to get out of the struggle phase of being a pilot and get onto the cush phase of being breaded and shit.
I got you. So you just floating on that motherfucker.
Pretty much. It's just biding time to get to the next thing, honestly, right now.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Well, tell me what's been going on with you, because we did this music 2 years ago. How has it been going? Are you still are you doing okay?
Yeah. I mean, the ups and downs of actual industry shit is always annoying, but other than that, on a creative level, bro, honestly I've been taking a step back just to regain that focus and regain that creativity.
I know. I was telling you. Oh, look, there's a plane overhead right here. I was telling you from the first time I met you, I feel like you've been doing the balance between being the most workaholic and then needing to be a hermit and just be domestic for a couple months.
Yep. I spend a lot of time at home, bro. I don't really go out too much. I mean, when I do, I'm doing regular shit, going to the grocery store or just hanging out with family or homies or whatever. But for the most part, all the music shit, I get the most music done at home. I don't really go to studios as much anymore. The vibe just ain't the same as it used to be. So until shit is back to where it used to be, and it's everybody's just in the studio vibing to on the same frequency, and it's all love. Then I'm man, fuck all that.
How's Harley doing?
Oh, she's good, bro. She's going to the 4th grade. She started school in 2 weeks.
So she was in second or first grade when we first met?
2nd grade, yep.
I remember you sending me the pictures of y'all getting her ready for school and all that stuff. It's crazy. I feel like she's growing up fast, and I've never even met her.
Bro, I know. It's honestly, I live in a house with her every day, and I still feel like I'm not all the way present all the time. You feel me?
Do you feel like it's because you're doing music all the time, or is it just you just feel like you never can really be present enough because it's just always more to do?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think even if I wasn't doing music all the time, I still wouldn't feel as present as I would like to be.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to miss nothing. When you have kids, and I'm pretty sure at some point you will, you don't want to miss a moment, bro. It's a lot to it. It's so much they do, and before you know it, they're older and they don't need your help as much. And it's dang, that first stage was kind of annoying, but I kind of miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the terrible twos aren't so terrible anymore.
Right.
I feel like that. I'm in the phase right now where I'm past the teenage shit, and I'm starting to love my parents again. Well, not, you know what I mean, not love them, but I'm starting to want to hang out with them again. and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like that too, man. My mom's coming to visit, bro. I haven't seen her in a while. Even when it comes to that, like just spending time with your parents can bring back a certain type of motivation and creativity. I mean, home is important. You know what I'm saying? That home foundation plays a part in what we do.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel like Drake's been doing recently?
I don't know how to answer that.
I'm just trying to segue it into flex a little bit for you.
I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't talked to him in a while, but you know, I think he's doing the same shit he's always been doing, and touring and making music and touring and making music. Like, I think that's these guys' life for real.
Do you know he stole $30 from me?
What?
Drake's? I mean, not really. I bought his book thinking I was gonna get like the Drake code on how to be successful, and it was just like the most Instagram captioned Drake one-liners and it was like his whole book. And I don't mean to ruin it, like whatever, but his book is like, have you bought the book?
Nah.
Bro, it's literally like a blank page with one sentence. The entire book.
Yeah, it's like memoirs and shit, right?
No, bro, it's not memoirs. It's one-liners. It'll be like an Instagram caption. He's like, first page on the left, I'm only good for a pen. Second page on the right, you were only good for a bed. Next page. Or like third page. It's insane.
How many pages is it?
It's like 100 pages. At first, I thought it was like a dedication or whatever, and then I like flipped through the book and I was like, oh, he didn't say anything. I'm not gonna learn how to be successful from Drake with this book.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell, man. That man trying to get some money right now, man.
I mean, more power to him, man. If I was in his position, I would be trying to rake it in.
Yeah, he's selling everything. He don't give a damn.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the GOAT, man. Well, I meant to ask you, so did you really send Sing Aloud to him at some point? Because I remember you texted me that you were going to like 2 years ago, but I don't know if you ever actually did.
Yeah, I thought usually when I send stuff to him, I think I screenshot it and send it to you. If I didn't, I apologize. I thought I did.
I mean, just knowing that you texted Drake the song that we made is like pretty cool. I don't need the screenshot necessarily. Yeah, I figured it was on some like VIP secretive shit.
Yeah, nah. It was. I mean, I try not to. Honestly, I think the dude's so down to earth that I've never felt like I needed to like keep it on some top secret shit. Anybody that knows I work with him, I just keep it blunt with him. Like, yeah, I'll talk to him every now and then, but it's nothing crazy. Like, I'll send him some music. I'll send him stuff that I love. I just won't send him random shit. So obviously, you know, I love the songs that we've done because I've sent them out to several people. I know I sent it to Russ. I know I sent it to Drake. Just anybody that I feel like would appreciate what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that playing in the background.
You can hear it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little one. The big jets sound like fucking bombs are going off. But man, I honestly like when you first sent because I think you sent Sing Aloud to Russ too, and I forgot about this shit. Whoa, we had a whole Russ arc back in the day. I forgot about that actually.
Yep. Did y'all talk? Did y'all ever talk outside of the text?
Yes, bro. Okay, so when I was in Nashville, I got 2 insane late night calls. The first one was from you after you had the session with like Smino and Jid and Earth Gang and all them, and you were like gassing me up about music, and I was like freaking out for a week after that phone call. And then the second one, and the day after you invited me to Atlanta, and it was my first and only, well, I think I did a session with Ducko one time, but other than that, it was like my first and only like proper studio session.
Man, that was such a fucked up day for me, and I apologize for how that went down too, bro. That was a fucked up day.
Wait, what do you mean? What happened? I had a great time.
Because I was late. It was so much going on. I mean, even though it still went like it was supposed to. I just feel like it could have went better.
I think if anything, I wish I was getting that opportunity with the music that we have now.
I don't think it's anything stopping. I think so. What I've noticed is like, bro, when I do my own studio sessions or when we set up time for ourselves, I think in Atlanta it's such a community to where no matter who's in the studio, if it's me and you in the studio, if I call somebody, I'm like, yo, I'm in the city, like pull up. Even if we're not working, we just hanging out. Like people actually show up just to see what's going on. I feel like you should do that. I feel like if you at some point want to maybe do like a listening party or just something introspective or inclusive, and want to bring some people in and in the studio vibes, I think it'll go well.
I mean, if Joey's down, we could pull through with the camera and get another video in. Might as well.
And you say he's in Nashville, right?
He's in Nashville. It's a quick drive.
All right, bet. Yeah.
We could run it. But
just let me know, bro.
So that was the one. I for sure will. So that was the first crazy call, and then the second one was Russ called me at 1 a.m. and was asking me about this song Pocket Watcher that I produced with my like best friends Beep and Charlie. And you know Beep, right?
Yeah. You sent him that song, or he went and looked it up?
No, he found it separate. So it was like, I assumed when he commented on your shit with Sing Aloud that was gonna be like Russ was gonna call me and it was like a whole thing. But he just he was like, this is crazy, and then like moved on. And I was like, oh man, fuck, near miss. But I was like, it'll happen. And so eventually he found it completely on his own. I had a call with my distributors, and I was talking about music, and I think the call went well. So they playlisted Pocket Watcher, and then Pocket Watcher got on the Fresh Lines rap playlist, and Russ is like a big rap head, I guess. And so, I mean, obviously,
100%.
But it got on there, and he like liked it so much from happening to see it on like a playlist with 10,000 followers or however many that one has, that he like DM'd me a bunch of crazy shit, like, this is crazy, what's your number, like 5 fire emojis, and then called me like immediately. And it was actually like such a divine moment too, because I usually like, this is a small detail, but I usually turn my phone on silent at night, and that night I happened to like be in bed like right before bedtime, and I literally put my phone down 30 seconds before, and I forgot to put it on silent. Otherwise I would have missed all this, and maybe it never would have happened. But I didn't. And so I had like a 15-minute call with him. I don't know if he knows this, but I recorded the whole shit. And sometimes I listen to it for motivation still to this day.
Bro, are you planning on using that?
No. I mean, that conversation was between us, and I'm not cool enough with him to just publicize him like that. I feel like that would be not appropriate.
Well, I mean, if it ever comes down to it, I feel like we can make it work. I feel like we got to hit him and ask him, can we use it? But I don't think he'll have a problem with it.
It's all good. I mean, I'm not like... The shit I'm making now is not as much on like the, voice memos from famous rapper type tip. But maybe maybe it comes up. I don't know.
But yeah, bro. All right, that's cool. I feel like when y'all had that conversation, that should have been like the segue into like, especially if you like your production, bro. That should have been the segue. Like, you should have sent him some beats, something.
I sent him a bunch of shit. I sent him some shit that we had made. I sent him another song. He was really, really supportive. I think that door is like maybe still open at some point. Anyway, I mean, yeah. I don't want to talk about other people as much. So I'm really interested to hear like how domesticity is going. So Harley's doing good. She's your only one, right?
No, I got 2. I just had a baby.
Oh, I had a feeling I was missing one. Wait, so what's the new baby's name?
Zuri. That's why it was taking me so long to get situated.
Oh, you said you had the baby. I was like, Harley's not a baby.
Nah. This one, my second daughter is 5 months.
Wow, congratulations. Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate it, man. Shit, I'm getting up there, man. I'm trying to have like a football team of kids, bro.
How many do you actually want? Sonny wants like 4. And
I want 4. I'm good with 4.
You want 4?
Yep.
Sonny wants 4. I was saying like 1 or 2, but then we compromised on 3, but then I heard 3 makes all the kids have like emotional issues. Have you heard this?
No. What the fuck?
I don't know. But apparently 4 is a good... Everybody's telling me if it's not 2, then I should do 4. And apparently 2 is not working very well either. So apparently it's 4. Apparently that's the standard. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 is competitive a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of jealousy here and there, but I think we do a good job of trying to balance it out, make everybody feel equal. I include my oldest a lot when it comes to taking care of her sister, and she's, my kids are responsible. And she's just like she's a sweetheart, bro. So it's even if she does feel like some kind of way, it's easy to tell. It's easy to she understands. We can talk her out of it and get her to understand. Like, look, this is a brand new person that we got to take care of. Everybody has to help.
Yeah.
So she's real good with understanding that.
That's crazy. I think I've been obsessed with being a parent and like excited for it for like the last like 6 years. But then I don't know. There's just so many ways I feel like to fuck it up. How do you do that? How do you not do that? I guess is the better question.
Time, bro. Time. The hardest thing about being a parent, especially in our position, since we do music, is devoting as much time as we want to our kids and still trying to stay creative and do all the stuff that we do. I'll repeat that if I need to.
Yeah, can you say I went to the jet was just flying by?
Yeah, I got you. But what I was saying was, like, I think the hardest thing about being a parent, especially as a musician, and, you know, you said not wanting to fuck up being a parent. I don't really think you can fuck it up if you're not, you know, just completely neglecting your kids. So, but they need as much attention as everything else in your life. So, you know, you gotta balance the work life thing and give them as much attention as they need. Not too much, because, you know, you don't want your kids to become like needy or whatever, but yeah, they need it. They need that time, and that's how you spell love for kids. Time.
That's how you spell love for kids. Time. Is that from somewhere?
Yep, definitely heard it somewhere. I can't remember where though.
That sounds like a chicken noodle for soup for the soul.
It's a Hallmark card.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the way to spell love for kids. Is time.
Well, yeah, I try to spend as much time at home as possible. I mean, I feel like I'm left out of a lot of stuff lately, but I definitely believe in divine timing, bro. And I feel like whenever it's time for me to really jump back in, it'll be even more special. I'll be able to work on projects I've been wanting to work on. I'll be excited about music again, and I'll just be in that space for it.
Hey, man. Well, if there's anything I can ever do, let me know.
Man, look, just keep making music and keep including me, bro. Just keep thinking about your boy, keeping me involved.
Man, I still can't believe you produced the whole project for me. That's insane.
Bro, and it's honestly, it's only been 2 projects that I've been allowed to do that, and both of them I literally had the time of my life making music for it, because it allows me to get in such a creative space. You know, and then the freedom to just like play with sounds and figure it out and kind of arrange things how I want. Even if you go back and change stuff, you know, it's always dope when you got artists that appreciate, you know, your craft and what you try to bring to the table.
Yeah, I gotta show you the new shit, because it's been 2 years since we made Sweets. There's some whole other shit now.
Is it already in real form, or is it like still separated?
It's a lot of real form stuff, but I'm working on this thing called Goodie Bags, which I'm excited about. It's basically like where me and like another artist basically make sweets, but just us two, and instead of it being like 12 songs that are 30 seconds, they're like a little bit longer, and there's like 4 or 5, so it feels like one song, like a lot of switches. And so I'm working on a few of those with like artists that I'm like, I can't believe they're down for the concept right now. And then I'm doing an album. So the album's in more of like a sketched out phase, but the Goodie Bags are coming along for sure. That's dope.
Yeah, bro. I feel like it's time for that album shit, man.
It feels like it. Well, I mean, at this point, like I'm at a point where I've like kind of let go of the idea of wanting to be a certain like number or whatever. At this point, I'm literally just like, you know, I have the plain shit for the money, and so I have the ability to not think about money at all when it comes to music.
Man, that's a blessing. That in itself is a blessing.
Yeah, it's crazy how long it took me to come around to that realization.
But you've been trying to get there for a while, bro, and I'm proud of you for doing it, because I know how hard it can be to try to work a job, like a real job, 9 to 5 all day long, and still try to come home and focus on your dreams. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I think like when we first met, I was doing the Uber shit, and you were telling me stories about. I remember our first conversation was supposed to be like a 20-minute thing. Amal set it up for you to like ask me what kind of beat I wanted, and then that was the end of the conversation.
yeah, because of that content.
Yeah. And then it ended up being like a 4-hour conversation, and then another 4-hour conversation. And I remember you were talking to me about like being a janitor, and then having Southside pick you up and take you out to Atlanta, and then kind of like how it all went from there. And you got the Thug shit kind of started popping off, and then you had like the Ice Melts and all like the Drake shit started happening, and just kind of Uzi and fucking name it. And I was just like listening to that story and just like floored that like well, first of all, that I was hearing it from you instead of like your genius blue tint breakdown.
Yeah, I feel you.
But then also just like, I don't know, man. There's like a tangibleness to it when it's somebody when it's a real person telling you their actual life story versus just like, you can do it too. More
right.
More success.
And I think once that camera get involved, you just go in that mode of like cookie cutter explaining shit. But I definitely wanted to give you like details about how that shit went, bro, because I don't think people realize, like, bro, that shit is not easy, and to be in that position, some of that shit I didn't ask for, bro. I didn't ask to work with Drake. I didn't ask to work with Big Crit and like people that I really looked up to. Like, some of that stuff just kind of comes with time and falls in your lap, being in the right place, and taking risks. I think taking risks is that's a big part of like what I went through. Is I took a lot of risks, bro.
You know what I'm so scared of right now, and I think I've been paralyzed on this shit for like the last 6 months or so. The like putting out sweets, I'm like actually terrified to do it, and it's crazy because like the video I think is the best shit in the world. I like the music a lot. It's 2 years old, but I still like it a lot, and just like I don't know, I just can't get myself to do it right now, and it just feels like. It feels like when I put it out, it'll be real, and right now it's limitless because it's all in my mind. You know.
I feel that. What do you feel like is the scariest part about it?
I think if I put like all this work and all this money and all this shit into it, and then it just doesn't do anything, it'll just be like, oh man, everybody sees me as like this flop on my face thing that I was like thought I was when I first. Finished Sweets and came to this whole experience, whatever. I feel like I've just spent so long. It's been like 2 years of me trying to build my own confidence back up. And I guess I'm just scared that like if it doesn't go well, I'll just be right back in the same place like that I was when I was like first making the music, which was like not believing in myself at all and being like wanting to quit and doing all that shit. And I just really don't want to feel that again.
Bro, trust me, I'm literally in that place right now. And I'm telling you right now, like it's a day-to-day thing, and it's a real thing. It's very possible that you could feel like that, especially when you like lose motivation and you feel like you lost it for a while. But nobody can rebuild it, no matter what the situation is. Nobody can like fix that but you. You gotta always be in love with this shit, no matter what the results are. The music has to be, the number one goal. Like I try not to get stuck in trends, bro, because we notice that trends are leading away and gimmicks are leading away for like the culture right now. And in your position, I can see how scary it is, because not only are you like doing your own shit, you're kind of going against the grain of trends as well, like, which I appreciate, and I'm sure there's going to be a multitude of people that appreciate that. But I think that's where you gotta hone in. You gotta capture your audience and the people that appreciate what you do, and build your business around those people.
Yeah. Well, first I gotta just get my head out of my ass and do it, huh?
I mean, I feel like yeah, you gotta put it out, bro. You gotta put it out. Have a strategy. I don't want to get into the business stuff on the call, but I'm pretty sure you got the business side already sold up, so I think you got it, bro. I think it's time for it, no matter what the results are.
Yeah, I think so too.